Welcome to Aquatics and Exotics. My name's Susie, and first I want to say Happy Mother's Day! Welcome! How is everybody on this amazing day? Hi, Bob Care. Oh, look, he's thirsty. Are you still in the house? Dude, I haven't seen you in a long time. Woo-hoo! So first thing, obviously I'm going to check the audio before I play my favorite song, sung by one of my daughters, which makes this Mother's Day even more special.
Hey everybody, it's Susie Q and I'm here to show you just what I do. I have a passion for fish and exotics too, so come along with me, it's Susie Q. Hey everybody, it's Susie Q and I'm here to show you just what I do. I got a passion for fish and exotics too, so come along with me, it's Susie Q. Hey everybody, it's Susie Q and I'm here to show you just what I do. I have a passion for fish and exotics too, so come along with me, it's Susie Q. Hey everybody, it's Susie Q. Hey everybody, it's Susie Q. Nah, hey everybody, it's Susie Q, so come along with me. Said I'm Susie Q.
I don't know why, but that never gets old for me. So I hope everybody's having an amazing Mother's Day or amazing Sunday. And, well, if you're in Australia, an amazing Monday morning. Where are you? I did see Thirsty in the chat earlier. I hope he's still in the chat. I haven't seen him in like forever. And because I don't have a guest, I can make that drip go away. Sound and picture good. Thank you, Bob. Let me tell you, I did an impromptu live. I guess it was Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, somewhere in there. And sitting out by my pond, I was getting so overwhelmed. Who's lurking? I was getting so overwhelmed with those maple tree pods. And don't get me wrong, I love maple trees. I love trees. I love the seeds that come from trees. I just don't like 3 inches of them covering my palms. So that's making it a little difficult, but I think I can be patient. And, well, no, who am I kidding? I can't be patient. I'm not patient. So I'm impatiently waiting so that I could take my covers off. But I found out something today about one of my daughters that I didn't know. Part of her way she works around, the insanity of the world is she does something, the helicopters. She does something like tedious. So I was telling her that I was throwing away this huge net that's like 20 by 30 foot, 2 of them, because it's double width and they're still getting through. And she said, why? I'll sit there and pick out every one of you, every single one of them, and give you back a cleaned out net. I was like, what? And that's when she explained that she does things like that, or pops bubbles, or little different things with her hands that I was like, oh my gosh. So without even thinking, we were just sitting around talking. We went out front, we're talking, and she took the net that's off a yurtle, which is my small pond out front. It's probably 5 foot by 8 foot. And while we were sitting there talking, I'll be darned if she didn't pick every helicopter out of that net. And now I have a perfectly good net that I would have thrown away. Oh, Aquafunk, happy Mother's Day to all the funky fly fresh to death keeping mamas. Wow. Hey, Funk. Yeah, isn't that amazing, Bob? She loves to do that. I am waiting for my maples to shed before putting up the ponds. Placed last year's marginals in buckets for now. Exactly, Tom. I have a 100-gallon tub that I was going to use for aquaponics that I just far away from the trees, and I put all my marginals in there because some of them started sprouting back up again. And that I'll be darned if that pond isn't filled with those as well. I was like, serious? So, and I do want to talk about summer tubbing. Please hit the like. Thank you. I definitely want to talk about summer tubbing. And why would anybody want to summer tub? And if I can recall at the end of last year, I'm going to bring up my notes because I did write reasons down because it's hard to remember when at the, oh, big tank. Big tank. Okay, anyway. Sorry, I got sidetracked. I got so sidetracked. I got to stop. Don't look at my phone. At the end of last year, it was so hard for me to scoop out fry, to find fry. So I ended up draining all my little ponds one bucket at a time, and I went through 2 buckets. The first bucket, then in the second bucket, white bucket, to make sure there was no fry. It took hours upon hours. It was back-breaking. It was torturous. And I thought to myself, I'm not doing this again. But now as I find spring is coming here, I'm trying to figure out, oh my gosh, what fish am I going to put outside in my summer tubs? So I never said I was sane. So that easily I forgot how hard it was. I'm thinking maybe throughout the summer and throughout my live streams, I will find out a better way to capture all those fry. So I guess it's my 3rd year. 3 years ago, okay, and here's how it started. Ready for story time? 3 years ago, before I started documenting on YouTube my actual fish journey, but I had already kept fish for a little bit, I made a video on my very first aquatic garden. And the reason I did that is I go camping a lot. And I wanted to bring some of my fish with me. I wanted to be able to enjoy my hobby, especially because at that time it was a brand new hobby, while camping. So what I did, hey Carrie, I set up a couple of little water tubs at my campground. Now no, at the time my camper moved every weekend. I didn't care. Did not care. I set up these tubs and had my first experience with water lettuce and I think it was my water irises that I still have. It was just, I just thought it was great. And I went back and looked today and just to see, and it was 3 years ago. So this will be my 4th year doing summer tubbing. But that's how it started off. And I do remember the whole reason I did it there is so that I could enjoy my hobby while outside. Because up to that point, my hobby was indoors. It was all in a fish tank. And when I learned that there are some fish, and we're going to go over that today, what are some good fish to do summer tubbing? Then I remembered, hey, Hippie's in the house. Is it Mississippi Hippie? Hi, Mississippi Hippie. Hey, Bob. Canisteo, Valley Cichlids. Look at this. Oh, love summer tubs. I do too. I don't like fishing out the fry at the end of it. But last year I propagated plants and they did very well. And last year I got some platies, beautiful platies that I might do again. But a nice rule of thumb I like to look at is it's got to be at least 50 degrees overnight, like 55 degrees. And for the next week, overnight is going to be in the 40s. So that tells me, okay, I've got time. I get anxious. I get impatient. You know, Mother's Day, I think my whole garden should be planted. I don't even know why I think that, because I'm from upstate Pennsylvania, which is, I'm still in Pennsylvania now, but it's a different planting zone. They're even farther behind. It's colder up there. It's a different zone. So I just get impatient, though. I think Mother's Day, I should get 10 flats of flowers and seeds and just plant it all. But I have to remember it's still pretty cold. And even if I was going to put my axolotas outside, I think it gets too cold. Well, thank you for everybody saying Happy Mother's Day. Thank you, thank you. Just cleaned all the leaves and tub. Oh, well, my granddaughter was here Saturday night, so what a great Mother's Day morning that was. But anyway, she was here Saturday night with me, which was last night. And well, I had cleaned out the whole side front pond. The 2 small ponds, there's nothing in it but a couple of frogs, one of my bullfrog. Jeremiah was a bullfrog. And the other one was a small tadpole I'd put in a couple years ago. Still comes back. The bullfrog, I think, is 4 years old. He's like that big. And he was put in as a tadpole a long time ago. And there was no helicopter seeds. I had removed every bit of it. I thought it was safe. So when she came over last night, she was like, oh, do you want me to clean out your pond? It was just covered. It was covered. It was thick. It was, ugh. So that quickly, I have to realize it's not time yet. Have you had success in breeding chili rasboras? No. Oh, Melvin's here after a 3-hour live stream to represent his 3 years on YouTube. Congratulations on your anniversary, Melvin. I was in and out of your stream. I talked to you. Susie, I think I jumped the gun on pond marginals for my tubs. This is the first year doing marginals, and I got the plants in. I had to keep them inside. Now they're dying back. Oh. Oh, no. Yeah, my marginals that I had last year and the year before, I must have got hardy marginals because they're coming back. The ones that I had in my shed that I was overwintering, I think I came out too early myself. So I'm just waiting. I am just waiting. I planted a lot of seeds that I'm going to be using in my aquaponic pond. So I have a pond that's a top level and a bottom level. The top level is going to be floating all my different kinds of greens, my lettuces, all different kinds of lettuces, nasturtiums, marigolds, all the things that my tortoises and bearded dragons and everybody and myself like to eat. So I am going to try to see if I can be self-sustaining, at least for my animals. Even Sophie and the 2 parrots, my 3 birds, love salad every morning. They don't love it. They eat it because I don't let them have their seeds until the afternoon. It's like I did with my kids. You starve them long enough, they're going to eat their veggies, right? Yeah, I do that. I do that. But anyway, so I was trying to think today, knowing the kind of experience that I had, why do I want to do summer tubbing again? Knowing how hard it was, and that I told myself, there is big tank Hank. Why would I put myself through that knowing how hard it was? So then I started writing down some ideas of why I would summer tub. And I came up, the first one was so that I could enjoy my hobby outside. I'm outside a lot from now until October, November. I am one of those people that hibernates. I hibernate for the winter because I'm not a fan of the snow and the ice. John, he says he's not a fan, but he puts the plow on or the snow blower. He crosses the street and does donuts in the park. Like, he loves it. Who's he kidding? He's out there all the time. He doesn't like to work in the because he works on roofs, but he enjoys the snow and the cold weather. Ooh, super chat. Hold, please. What? T-Bones Fishies, $2. Good day, Susie Q. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you very much. Now, for you, I think it's Monday morning. Is that correct? Thank you very much, T-Bones. I ordered 5 water hyacinths from Ted Coletti. He treats them with meds and gets rid of any nasties. Oh, that's awesome. I did get 3 water hyacinths. I think it was the fish factory that got them in like maybe 3 weeks ago. But I figured that's all I need. And when I'm done, I guarantee you I'll have more water hyacinths than I can fit in all my ponds. And I think we counted 8 ponds last year, last live stream. So I got my water hyacinths ready in there seeding. And some of my creeping Jenny came back. What? So anyway, back to why I think I really want to breed outside. 1, so I can bring my hobby outside. Yes, I still take care of my indoor fish. That's okay. But I am outside a lot, and I want to enjoy the hobby. And I love to see the fresh fry growing or going through the plants and seeing them there. So that was the one reason. The other reason is I think the fish do better with natural sunlight. I might be wrong. At least they look better. Like I can remember my White Cloud Mountain minnows 3 years ago were like I've never seen them this color before. They were just spectacular. And when they were all fry, it looked like little tiny glitters throughout the whole tank. So that's definitely another reason. definitely a reason. Another one is I think the fish do better with the water changes that happen outside in the ponds because it's done with rainwater. So the only thing I had to do different the second and third year that I didn't realize the first year is drill little holes about this far from the top, so that unless it storms super fast, water was able to get out. It never really super overflowed, but it got a fresh water change with almost every storm. Love that. Love that very much. And I could tell the fish like this. So much better than what I'm doing in here with the tap water, with my Mooresville water, adding dechlorinator. Certainly not as refreshing, I think, as natural rainwater. At least those are some of my thoughts. Another reason is I don't have to feed them as much. Believe it or not, the aquatic bugs, the eggs that are laid in the ponds that they eat, I think they do so much better with. I do not feed my fish live food. Well, some of them, the baby axolotls, I am feeding live food right now. Oh, man, I can't look. I get sidetracked. Hi, everybody. Happy Mother's Day. But for the most part, having the live food that they can catch and hunt, fresh water changes with rainwater, amazing UVB and UVA light coming directly from the sun, give me stronger, healthier, prettier fry. I truly believe that. And that just helps me enjoy my hobby even more. And it's, believe it or not, it's less work having the fish outside in summer tubs than in here. I don't scrub the sides of my tub for algae, but I'll scrub this glass off for algae a lot. So then I had to think of what fish do I want to put out there. Whew, that's a tough one. What do you guys put in your summer tubs? Let's see, the white cloud mountain minnows, the albino paradise fish. You can actually see them against the dark plastic. So one year, oh, there's my plant channel. Thanks, Bob. That's Plantique 101. And I will be bringing all my plants outside, my terrestrial and aquatic plants. My terrestrial plants, I'm actually one of those nutballs that wipe off every leaf. I wash the leaves, check for bugs, bring them outside for fresh air. Some of them I bring out for fresh air during the day and bring them back inside. Others I'll bring out, but not yet, because at nights are still 40 degrees. So paradise fish, I think, is a great fish. I chose the paradise fish one year and got lots of fry. I actually was able to bring a lot of these fry into my local fish stores and traded them, the fry in, for food. So I got bloodworms. I remember I got clams on a half shell for my puffers, and just for trading in. So it's kind of like breeding for profit, but it was more like breeding to keep my hobby going. But with the one downfall, I like what Tom said, my one downfall with the paradise fish in the black tub is I didn't see them that well. The only time I saw them is when I put the camera in there. What's the name of that camera you go underwater? The GoPro. When I put the GoPro in the tubs, I saw it great. But other than that, I didn't see them. But he suggested putting the albino paradise fish. Now, if you guys haven't seen a paradise fish, I think this is one of the oldest fish in our hobbies that was brought inside glass boxes. And they're gorgeous. They're in the gourami family. They have labyrinth, bubble nesters. And they breed, mine bred well because I had a lot of floating plants. It wasn't the direct sun. So I want to make sure my tubs have a lot of floating plants like the hyacinths, the water lettuce, the red root, the frog bit, for lots of different reasons. Obviously for the fry to hide and to pick off the little microorganisms that live there. But it also protects the summer tub from getting too hot. So it protects it from that too, as well. So it's an all-around win-win. So yes, I do like the gourami. The other one I loved is the Danios. So far I've done 2 different kinds of Danios. And I think I went with the Danios the one year is because I wanted to put them out earlier than the other fish. And they can take a pretty good range. They don't like instant changes in temperature. but they can survive a large range. And one year I put out the giant Danios. They did pretty well. Another year I put out my gold wing, the Tinwinnies. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but I call them Tinwinnies because that's how Elizabeth from One Fish, Two Fish says them, so that's how I say them. The Tinwinnies, and they're beautiful Danios, but they like the goldfish, and I could see them while they were breeding. The other fish I absolutely love outside, the white cloud mountain minnows. Whether they're the long fin, the gold ones, they're just spectacular. They look great outside in the tub. I'm getting a slow started this year. Bob, I can't even start yet, so I can relate to that. Oh, you did see some albino paradise fish. Did you get any? I think you would just need like a trio. Well, at least that's what I'm going to start with this year. Usually I put out like 10 fish. I think the ones I want, I'm going to put out a trio so I can track them better. Except for the ones that, like the white cloud mountain minnows that I bred, I guess 3 or 4 years ago. 3 years ago. I still have them. I bring them out every year, get lots of fry. Sometimes I bring them out to my local fish store and trade. Other times I just put them in different community tanks. The white cloud mountain minnows seem to do very well in all my turtle tanks, and the turtles don't seem to be fast enough to catch them, so they just look great. They don't need a heater, so that's another great one. What's the other one? The platies, the live bearers, the platies, the endlers. Endlers can go out a little bit earlier than the other ones, but the fancy guppies, I have not bred successfully. Mutt guppies, yes, I put mutt guppies all in, and I got tons of guppies. That was great. I remember I tried the blue Mickey Mouse platies. I didn't get any fry, but I think that was the year that flooded my tubs many times, and I think I lost a lot of fish that way. Now that I've drilled the holes in, I think it's going to be a lot better. But I did get some sunset platies. I probably got about a dozen sunset platies from last year's summer breeding that I might use them outside as well. Daisy rice fish. I haven't tried them outside, but I have about 6 daisy rice fish. So if you guys have ever used the daisy rice fish, I would love to say, no, Q, I was prudent. That was after your swap. Don't tell me you were prudent. Also controlled myself long enough not to get the giant gourami. Oh, I want a pair. But I don't have any tank large enough for that down the road. Oh my goodness. You're going to take off this year. I thought about that, Mike. I thought about taking off this year or just growing my vegetables aquaponically and my plants, my aquatic plants. I'm going to just try to propagate aquatic plants because I love a planted aquarium. I absolutely love it. And then can you see that one back there? I just love the planted aquarium, so I want to maybe not buy as many and just make my own. But that brings me to another reason why I want to breed some fish outside. The aquaponics. So aquaponics is a lot like hydroponics, which is just plants grown in water. Not just, it's a lot deeper, but for this purpose, that's all, But the aquaponics actually uses the fish nutrients. I'll leave it at that. The fish nutrients will feed the plants. The plants clean the water, which go in and help the fish. So it's like this amazing symbiotic relationship that was just meant to be. But it's not like you could just throw any fish out there and that'll be fine. You need something that's going to create enough nutrients to feed my plants, because I don't want a lot of yellow, straggly plants either. So I know my goldfish do very well, and I'd say all my goldfish stayed outside all year round, so that was pretty cool. I was thinking about Madaka rice fish. Yeah! How many do you have, Fish Box? How many are you starting with? Oh, that's a good resource, Tom. I'm going to point out, I wish I had the link for it. I have the book, and I have it on electronically as well. And it is Ted Coletti's book called The Tub Pond Handbook 3rd Edition. And I've met Ted Coletti. He spoke at my Bucks County Aquarium Society several times. He is hysterical, first of all. He's a funny guy, but he knows his stuff. And it's just absolutely a great resource that talks about all different ways. And I keep learning things. Every year I keep learning more and more, and it's because I'm trying different things. So I know for some of my aquaponics, I could grow fish that could be cultivated for food, but I'm not about that. So just started my 3rd planted aquarium. Oh my gosh, I love them. I call them my Aquatic Gardens. I absolutely love them. I have several tanks that just have an aquatic garden. I haven't added fish yet. Because to me, that's half the fun. Once I started really enjoying the planted tank, it allowed me time for my tank to cycle, and I wasn't in such a rush to find ways to make an instant cycle. And that helped tremendously. Like as if I was really trying to cultivate the plants, get a good sturdy root foundation going before adding the fish. It just seemed to be an all-around win-win, so that was pretty cool. So what's another fish I came up with? Oh, something I had never done before, because if I have such a hard time getting fry, I thought this would be even harder, but Neocaradina Shrimp. I do have one of my summer tubs that's kind of smaller. I thought, let me try some shrimp. I wonder how well that would work out in this area. I know they would love the natural food out there, right? I know that. To be the right temperature, they can take a huge, range of temperatures. That would be cool. I'm going to be looking in the chat because I want to know what you guys are putting out in your summer tubs, or if you're doing summer tubs. The other one that I did one year that I got 0 fry, and if I did, I didn't catch them, is Celestial Pearl Danios. Yeah, my CPDs. I spent almost like $5 or $6 on each one, and I got like 6 or 7 of them, thinking I was going to come out at the end of the summer with an amazing colony. I didn't even have any of the original fish either, so I don't know what happened to them. Maybe they got washed out. Maybe it got too hot, because I live in an area where it's got such a huge, beautifully spread out 4 seasons. So my summer, it's going to be cold, lots of rain, it's going to get hot. Then there's a few weeks that it gets over 100. If it doesn't rain during that time, like last year, my sod all went to... But did they get too hot? Because some of the fish I put out are really cool water fish. Cherry shrimp do well here in the Northwest. Okay, Bob said he'll be right back. Thank you, Bob. I was in the FFA and 4-H, and so is my daughter. The planted aquarium came natural. I have been doing dirted and sand caps. So I want to try my very first dirted tank. I think it's my first one. If I did one, it was years ago. I know I didn't do it correctly. But it's going to be a deep bed, dirted, with an inch or so, was like an inch and a half, maybe even 2 inches of sand on top. I am going to try that this year. And I thought to myself, if I'm going to do that in a tank, and it's very successful, why don't I try that in a summer tub? So I'm going to try it in a summer tub as well. It's not going to be as easy to document, but I think it'll work well. Once it's in there and established and all settled, I think it'll work really well, and I just can't wait for that. I can't wait. And the cherry shrimp as well. So I did the CPTs. I said the daisy rice fish. Oh, I have a fish this year that I never had in my fish room. And it's a cool water fish. And I was curious if what you guys thought, how you thought it would go outside or not. The American flagfish. I think mine came from Florida. I'm thinking. So it's cold water. It's in with my Congo tetras. I've got like 6 of them. They're great algae eaters. I would love more of these fish in my fish room. And I thought maybe I could breed them outside. But if it's native to Florida, that tells me, well, I guess it doesn't tell me a lot, because my friends in Florida think it's cold when, it gets down to 60, mid-50s. And I don't know if that means that the fish down there don't really like the huge range that happens up here sometimes. It can be in the end of spring when it's toasty warm out and get really super cold. We've had that many times. We've had the summer abruptly get 2 solid weeks of so cold, so cold. I lost a lot of fry one year from that. But then go back to summer again. So I kind of look for fish that have a good tolerance for both ends of the spectrum. I just don't know enough about the American flagfish, except for that they're gorgeous. They're absolutely gorgeous, and they love algae. So I think Ed had them in his tub last year. Ooh, the shrimp or the American flagfish? What do you recommend for a 110-gallon fish tank? Oh, Bryson, I can tell you what's in my 120-gallon. My 120-gallon houses my severums. And for ditherfish, I have giant Danios along the top. And I have about a dozen silver dollars that flash around here and there. Something, because I think, Bryson, were you saying that you also have an 800-gallon? So if you are the same person that I was thinking of, what's up, fishy people? Danny can clown loaches. If you had that 800 that they could when they outgrow the 110. If not, then if don't have that, then forget I said that. What else is in my 120? Oh, the pleco that I got before I was educated on the difference between a bristlenose and a pleco. So I do have a pleco, and I actually adopted somebody else's pleco that I have in my 120. And I thought about putting the pleco outside in the summer pond, but my pond has turtles in it, and my turtle snacks on some goldfish sometimes. So I don't want to do that. I don't want anything to happen to that pleco. So yeah, I'm getting all excited again. It's almost like I wanted to remember how hard it was for me to bring the fry inside. Nobody's cracked any jokes now. Uh-oh, Kenny. Is it Kenny? Or is it Danny? I never know. Why don't I know? Should I know? So, and bringing in the fry, it's like I bring in almost the whole pond. The old water that's out there, the algae, everything that's out there along with the fish, I bring in and put right into a fish tank. And then over the next several months over the winter, as I change the water, they get a little bit more acclimated to the tap water. When I first bring them in, it's just a mucky mess of pond and fish and fry, but I can't bring in every gallon. So sifting through that, and I've gone through sifters, I've gone through, put it in this bucket and then sift it through that bucket and then try this bucket. By the time I'm done with 1 or 2 tubs, my back is killing me. And I'm covered in mud, and I think to myself, this isn't the way to do it. I'm doing something out of sequence, or I'm doing something not smart. Better words. Oh my gosh. Oh, I've never done this before, so muck guppies, perfect. I'm excited to see how much fun they are and how colorful. Outside eating bugs. Absolutely. Absolutely, Jennifer. Mud guppies are a perfect choice. Endlers, are a great treat. You know what? I have a mosquito in here. And it's making me upset. Because you know what? It's going to land on me. I got to turn this off for some reason. It went ding. I don't want it to land on me. So maybe I'll do some more research on how, and maybe I just have too many tubs. Maybe I just need to focus on one tub. So the aquaponics, I definitely need fish. I'm going to scoop out maybe 6 or 7 goldfish from my 2,000-gallon pond and put up there for the aquaponics. I'm not worried about the goldfish. Well, they might breed up there. They don't breed in my pond because I have a turtle in the pond, and the turtle will just eat whatever little smaller things, except for the mosquito fish. Guys, I don't know if you're allowed to have mosquito fish in your state, but these guys are like guppies on steroids. They eat mosquito fry larvae as soon as they land. They're fast. You can see them throughout your pond. I think they look amazing. But I do know that some states don't allow you to have the mosquito fish. But anyway. So in my aquaponics pond, goldfish. I'm not worried about them because I'm just going to scoop them out and put them back in a 2,000-gallon pond to overwinter them. But I can't really put fish in with my turtles, the smaller turtles that I bring out for the summer, like the diamondback terrapin, who's only like 4 or 5 years old, the baby red ear slider, a baby, he's still 3 years old, he's not much of a baby. My painted turtle, who's 4 years old, like, they're very good hunters and they will eat any fry. So if I think I'm going to be breeding fish in any of those ponds, that's not going to work. So they have to go in a pond or tub that has no turtles in it. So I narrow it down. Oh, you're going to have Scott and Liz on is going to be on Bob's Taylor's Aquatics show in 20 minutes. I am so excited. Speaking of other people's channels, do you want to hear some exciting things coming up for me? And I wrote this down so I don't forget. This Saturday at 2:30 Eastern, I think I have the times right. If not, you'll get the notification. I will be joining, it's called the Fishy Den. I thought it was called something else. Big Tank Hank. So Saturday afternoon, that's so exciting for me. I cannot wait. I am like so excited. And another channel I will be visiting is on the following Monday, 10 o'clock at night. Believe it or not, I'm going to have to take a nap. I will be on talking with Fishy Biz. So I am so excited about those 2 upcoming channel visits. So excited. I just love visiting other people's channels. It's like, woohoo! I know, I'm so excited. I plan on putting African banded barbs, hovering loaches, and rice fishing. Oh, like inlay hovering loaches. I don't know what that is. Is that an autocorrect, or I just don't know what kind of loach that is? But barbs, I never thought about the barbs. I have some black and red panda barbs. I wonder how they would do in the summer tub. I would love to start a colony. I have 2 pair. I would love to start a colony of those. The Fishy Den is the name of the show. Okay, that's what I thought. The Fishy Den. For some reason, I thought it was an aquatic shop. I think that's what it was, and then it was a Fishy Den. So I will be in the Fishy Den coming up Saturday at 2:30 Eastern. I think if it's Central, if you're Central, it's 1:30. And then the following Monday, I will be joining Fishy Biz at 10 o'clock at night Eastern. Me, 10 o'clock at night. Like, what? I'm going to have my coffee. And I might even be a little silly because, 10 o'clock, man, I'm old. I'm getting old. Speaking of getting old, which I'm not speaking about getting old, I'm just saying, it is what it is. I have been trying to get in shape, and it's kind of difficult because I'm in the fish room all the time. I'm doing stuff, blah, 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 blah. Oh, Oh, they're from Lake Inlet, from Lake Inlet in Myanmar. Oh, okay, awesome, awesome. So I started exercising by roller skating. I got a brand new pair of roller skates. Do you have a brand new key? I think that we should get together and try them on to see. Yes, I am learning how to roller skate. It has been over 50 years, and I have no idea what I'm doing. I think when I did it before, it was not like what it is now, and I'm just having a blast. I am taking lessons at a roller skating rink with my granddaughter. How great is that, right? Like, she's 6. I'm over 60. This is going to be great. I don't care what I look like. Okay, my daughter is making me wear all the safety gear. She's making me like I'm a little kid. Because, you know, once you've skated with those metal skates with no gear, but I got to remember, my bones don't heal the way they did when I was a teenager. So I am very excited. Very excited. So I haven't, I've been like kind of trying to see my progress. I can stand up and I can go forward. But the best part about it is I'm having fun. I'm having fun and I'm exercising. I'm moving. I'm moving and I'm falling and I'm getting up and whew, love it. I love it. So you could drain your tub, transfer the last of the water to a bucket. So Fish Box, I'd like to know how you make it sound so easy, because I think that's what I did. It's like it might have eight tubs. So just take this one 300-gallon tub. I don't know how to drain it, so I pulled out a whole bucket. Then I went through, put all the plants, got rid of as much algae as I could. And as I poured it in, I was looking for fry. We're putting it in a white bucket now that I could see the fry. Pull them out, put them in another bucket. By the time I finished that one tub, it took like almost all afternoon to do one tub. My back was killing me. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? And if I put everything through a strainer, you don't notice I have a strainer that would catch fry. But even then, I'd have to pull a bucket in the tub after pulling out all the plants and as much algae as I could see. Even the algae I pulled out, I put in another bucket so that I could go through that to make sure I wasn't missing any fry. And then pour it through a tiny strainer. Yeah. Yeah. See, I think I'm missing something. Susie's new career roller derby. Look out, man. The roller derbies need a fancy name, right? They all have these nicknames. Yeah, that'd be fun. But no, not roller derby. I bred Congo barbs. Oh, I got Congo tetras last year outside, and I thought I would try the banded. That's a good idea. Congo barbs. I got to look them up. Roller derby. That's funny. Roller derby. That's where you get to like just push people out of the way, right? Well, actually, I think most of the team block the one pushy person. I don't know if I could be a pushy person on skates. I'd be like, excuse me, I'm coming through. Excuse me, I'm getting on my way. Finally made a live stream. It's raining at work. Woo, anonymous. It's raining at work. Could you siphon into a net? Yes, I could siphon into a net, which is what I was doing, but it took almost all afternoon, and it just kept going. I've seen people use pumps to drain the tubs with a net on the end of the thing where the water comes out. Okay, so that might be easier, putting a pump in there, having the water come out through a net, into like a white bucket. So anything that's in the net I could put in there, like knowing I'll catch some of the bigger fry. Anything that goes in, as soon as that white bucket is full, stop the pump. Check that to make sure there's no tiny fry that got through the net. And turn the pump back. So I would need something where I could turn the pump on and off. That's not a bad idea. That's not, and maybe I'm making it harder than it is, but I just remember I even did a live stream on it because I went back to watch saying, I am never going to do this again. I'm never going to do this again. Rachel O'Leary has a video on catching fry. I know, she does it so well. She makes it look so easy too. So maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just out of shape. But bending over the tub, pulling out bucket after bucket after bucket after bucket, or going through each one. Maybe I just gotta suck it up, buttercup. Maybe that's just it. Maybe I'm just whining. Maybe I'm just whining. So yeah. So after thinking about it for a while, and thinking about all the reasons why I think fish do better outside breeding, and there are some fish I would love to start a colony. I just don't know if they'd be good fish. Like, can you see this? None of my cameras are pointing to this. I have some long-finned, red-eyed, leer-tail swordfish. I'm not sure if they would do well outside. I do have some goodeids that have colonized amazing in this little tank. Amazing. They might do very well outside. But like, let's say these blue angels. They're not a breeding age. I would love to try angelfish. But I don't think they could or would want to tolerate that kind of temperature change. I've never had this tank less than 75. So I don't know. And when I was breeding angels before, my calico angels, they were at 75 to 80 degrees. So yeah, I'm not sure about that. Not so sure about that. Sitting at work truck should be every Monday's goal from now on. Sitting in work truck watching. Oh, I like it. Ooh, super chat. Hold on. Bob Kaler, thank you very, very much. $4.99 super chat. It's a super sticker. It looks like a very angry hippo. He is on a unicycle, riding his bike. I siphon, thank you, Bob. I siphon tub water through the Laguna net. Oh, maybe I gotta check that out. You're not whining. Buckets aren't the answer. Pump and a net will save your back. I think that's what I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try it. So now there's certain ponds now that are gonna be for my aquaponics. They're not gonna be breeding, although I might get some baby goldfish. I'm not trying to breed goldfish, trust me. I love my goldfish that are in the pond. I think they're gorgeous. The big pond, I'm keeping the koi in the big pond. I think I have 7 koi. The yellow, bright yellow koi survived the winter. I was so worried about that because he was kind of baby. He was only this big. He survived the winter, so now I just got to make sure he survives the heron. Call him heroin. The heron around here. Goodeids would be fine outside in partial shade tub. Perfect. I have one of my tubs that's in partial shade, and it's also the tub. I have to be very careful where I put my lilies. I cannot put a lily. I can put lilies in with my koi, my goldfish. They've survived fine, but not with my turtles. My turtles think that they can use the lily pads to bask on, which they can't. All they do is smush any plant. They just take over and say anything floating is their basking station. I can't stand the thought of throwing out babies with discarded water. Exactly. So I go through with a fine-tooth comb, let me tell you. For me, pump killed them when they sucked through. Oh no, I ended up pouring most of the water through a net and long, tedious task. So what I do with my pump, because I have a pump floating in my front yard turtle tank. So you know the hanging basket? Or the basket with all the holes in it? I wish I had one here. The net basket. And I put a sponge on the bottom and sides. So it's just like sponge. It's like I have pool filter around the handle. So now this basket floats. It's a floating basket and the pump is sitting on a sponge. And that's what's out front. So when I do water changes out front, because it's under an eaves, it doesn't get a lot of the rainwater, is it's never sitting on the bottom, and fish can't get inside that floating basket. So if I was going to use the pump on my tubs at the end of the year, that is what I would do. Is it's just a netted basket lined with foam with the pump on top of that in there, so it's floating because you got pool noodles holding up the basket. So it'll never get to the bottom. They can't swim up it. Well, they probably could, might be able to jump in, but for the most part, you're not going to get any fry. I'm the same way with you, as I was so afraid of losing fry any other way that I did the tedious basket net, and said no more. But I like the pump idea now that I think like I can have that floating, because you don't really need it to go to the bottom until you're at the bottom. And once you're at the bottom, you're at the end. I can see everything. And when I get to the bottom, and this is why it's 2 or 3 days, the whole weekend, I have to walk away and let everything settle, because keep in mind I have dirty bottoms. I got dirty bottoms. That sounds so funny. You know what I mean. I got like a lot of planted aquariums, I got a lot of dirt that's gathered in the bottom, so it's mucky. And then the next day, the muck is settled, it's crystal clear water again, and I can see if there's any fry in there. And I can usually see at that point now, because we're only down to this much water in the tub, if there's fry. Gotta run. Susan, thanks for the stream. Thank you, Bob, and we will see you in just a few moments, because Bob is going to have Scott and Liz from the King and Queen Cichlids on his channel. He put the link up. He put the link back about 15 minutes ago. It's there. Oh, I need to make somebody a mod. Who knows how to be a mod? I don't even know what that means. I would be the worst mod ever. Because I don't know what that means. See you in 10, Bob. Yes, we're all going to be seeing Bob over there. What is a good hashtag to bring over to Bob? See you in 10, Bob. I didn't even get to talk about my axolotls. So, not that I'm breeding axolotls, I have over 50 babies already from a kind of breeding experiment. But they like cold water. So I thought I could put them outside while it's cooler and just bring them in like before it gets super hot, right? I'm thinking about that. I know there were some friends in the Bucks County Aquarium Society. They had their axolotls outside, but they had their tubs sunken in the ground. The couple that I have sunken in the ground already have turtles in them, and I wouldn't put an axolotl in with a turtle. They would have no shot. Mike is a great mod. Who's Mike? Let me see. Do I know how to do this? Mike, are you okay with that? I don't know if I did it. Thank you, Bob. Go get ready for your stream. We're coming over. We're all coming over. Did I do it? The babies are so cute. The axolotl babies? Oh my gosh. I have a sponge that fits on the end of my python hose for guppy tanks. Let me read that again. I have a sponge on the end of my python hose. See, my python hose goes into the sink. So you have a sponge like on the end. I got you. So if I was pumping out, try a sponge. See, I had a sponge in with the pump, but I didn't even think about putting it on the other end as well. Dirty bottoms. Oh my gosh, the fish box. I love it. Hashtag dirty bottoms is what we're going to do. Yes, is what we're going to do. So I have some fry that I will probably put for sale on Get Gills soon. Not soon. They look like convicts, but they're parrotfish. They're ice blue parrotfish. Lots and lots and lots of fry there. I've got over 50 axolotls. I just have to learn a little more so I don't get fooled into sending my axolotls to a state that can't have them. I really miss not having my Bucks County Aquarium Society auctions. I really miss that. The suction end. Oh, the suction end. So that would just leave all the fry in the tub until the end. I see what you're saying. Okay. That would leave with a lot mucky. Oh, look, it worked, Mike. What? That would leave with a lot muckier tank, but I don't mind that. Because when I'm bringing all the fry in, I'm bringing as is. So if I put a filter on the sucking end, all the muck would stay there. So when I brought them into the tank, it would be all muck and fry and plants. That's not so bad. Hashtag dirty bottoms. Who doesn't love a dirty bottom tank, huh? Oh, I love it. So, oh my gosh, you guys, I cannot believe how fast this day went. Thank you, everybody, for coming out on this amazing Mother's Day. Let me get to my notes to go over where I'm going to be going. Very excited. Big Tank Hank, 2:30 Saturday. So if you're not subscribed to him, subscribe to him. And if you got kicked off of subscriptions because I've been lazy at watching different channels, I'm getting kicked off of people. I used to blame YouTube for all that. It's me. And Monday night, Fishy Biz. Fishy Biz. Not this Monday, next Monday. The Monday after Big Tank Hank. That is so cool. But I think after talking about it, I truly believe that I'm going to have at least one summer tub. I just have to pick like 2 fish. Like I'm only going to put 1 live bear in. They'll probably be the platies. And so maybe I'll do the White Cloud Mountain minnows. Platies and White Cloud Mountain minnows in a 300-gallon tub with lots of plants. A dirted tank. How's that? Dirted tub. No axolotls for New Jersey. Gotta remember, that's crazy. I'm so glad I live in Pennsylvania because I love these axolotls, man. They're just adorable. And I have 2 salamanders that kind of look like axolotls right now. They're still morphing. Very excited about them. I'm going to be building a palindarium because as they morph, is it morph? Transpose, morph. What's the right word for it? When they turn into salamanders, they're going to want a terrarium and an aquarium all in one. So I'm working on that, and I want it to be bioactive. So hashtag birdie bottoms. Dirty bottoms. We're going to head over to Kaler's Aquatics because he's going to be on there with Scott and Liz from King and Queen Cichlids, which is so cool. I am excited. I'm excited. I didn't even get to talk about everything that I want to talk about. I must have babbled too much, huh? Oh, so thank you guys for coming out. For made my Mother's Day very fishy Mother's Day. I appreciate that. We need an axolotl live stream. I agree. Maybe. Oh, that's a great idea. Everyone should follow a fellow Aussie fish keeper who does a daily vlog. Rumble. Who doesn't love Rumble's Fish Room? What a great plug. Rumble is awesome. Fish breeds flowerhorns, cichlids, and Lad deserves more followers. Guys, most of my people that I know probably already follow him, but yes, check out Rumbles. I'm late. Hey, Jenny Lynn. But hey, everybody. We're going to head over to Kaler's Aquatics, and we're going to use hashtag Dirty Bottom. Look at me, hashtag like I'm cool. Better than L7 Weenie. Hashtag Dirty Bottoms. And go say hi to Liz and Scott over at Bob Kaler's. And I'm going to end with my intro because that's what I like to do. Thank you, everybody, for the super chats, the super stickers. Because you guys are superstars. Superstar. I'm such a dork, aren't I? I am, and I know I am. And you know what? I just have to go with it because it is what it is.
Hey everybody, it's Susie Q and I'm here to show you just what I do. I have a passion for fish and exotics too, so come along with me, it's Susie Q. Hey everybody, it's Susie Q, and I'm here to show you just what I do. I got a passion for fish and exotics too, so come along with me, it's Susie Q. Hey everybody, it's Susie Q, and I'm here to show you just what I do. I have a passion for fish and exotics too, so come along with me, it's Susie Q. Hey everybody, it's Susie Q. Hey everybody, it's Susie Q. Na na, hey everybody, it's Susie Q, so come along with me. Said I'm Susie Q.